Class, please complete the SDL lesson today. It will be in podcast format.
When learners go through online learning, there will be mixed reactions and acceptance of the prescribed content type. Let's talk about the e-learning content types prescribed for learners, and whether they are effective for learners in the same educational level. The Web 2.0 inspired educators to enhance learning using new media, such as multimedia content and interactive web applications. These tools include blogs, videos, social media, online classrooms, and podcasts. These allow interaction between the learners and educators, or between the learners themselves. The improving technology and increasing types of tools simplified the way educators develop the online learning content. The impact is most obvious during COVID-19, where there was a near immediate shift in learning, from traditional classroom setting to being online. Educators had to leverage technology and online tools to create content and conduct lessons. E-learning content of various types, such as videos, slideshows, podcasts, or audio recordings, were created to facilitate online learning. The following are taken into consideration when designing the lesson: the subject or topic, the suitability or difficulty level of the topic, and the target learners. There is an assumption that every learner of the same classroom or within the same educational level can accept the prescribed learning content. Therefore, a generic content type is developed for each individual lesson, and that same content is catered to learners of the same educational level. However, educators may only develop certain content type for each lesson. Seldom will the same topic have different variations of content. In higher education, online learning content for learners are often one-size-fits-all, each topic prescribed with a particular content type as baseline. While it is assumed that the learners can accept the different online content types, do the prescribed content have the same effectiveness for all learners? If we delve deeper, learners have different learning styles. Learning styles refer to a range of theories that aim to account for differences in individuals' learning. Based on the VARK model, there are generally 4 types of learning styles: visual, auditory, reading and writing, and kinesthetic. Some learners may also combine different learning styles for learning, known as multimodal approach. Learners in the same class or educational level may have different learning styles. Since there are various learning styles in learners, does creating a certain content type have same effectiveness to learners with different styles? Take one example of e-learning content, the use of audio podcasts. The term podcast, initially popularized in 2004 with the availability of the Apple iPod, now refers to any software and hardware combination that permits downloading of audio and video files for listening at the user's convenience. Some benefits of using podcasts or audio recordings include the ease of production. Educators may record the lectures and launch as podcasts. Learners can listen to them on the go, anywhere, anytime. And learners can repeat the podcast or recording to revise key areas or notes. Studies show that podcasts are effective in learning, regardless of learning styles. But is this really so? It is worthwhile to note that there are papers which indicate that podcasts are more useful for auditory learners. Auditory learners, who can learn easily by listening, may readily accept the use of podcasts for learning. However, for a visual or reading and writing style learner, they may not be able to comprehend by just listening to podcasts. They need to see what they are learning, like reading the content or needing to take notes. We can notice in the same classroom, learners may adopt their own style to do their revision. For example, some learners may fish out a notebook and start taking notes, while some learners may just put on the headphones and just sit back and listen. Auditory learners can memorize the content without having to listen to it repeatedly. But for other learners, they may need to repeat the podcast many times, just to pick up the key points. This will result in time wasted during learning. In terms of subjects, there are studies that talk about the suitability of podcasts for different content. Podcasts may not be a good choice if the content is something factual or is of historical knowledge. Podcasts may also not be a good idea for knowledge acquisition for skill set-based lessons, as learners need to see how the skill is being performed so that they can carry out the procedures correctly. So, should we only prescribe one particular content type for that chosen topic or lesson, and force-feed them to learners of different styles? Or should there be variations of content of the same topic be available to learners? Or should educators develop online content according to the learning abilities or styles of the learners?